Imagine sitting in an 80,000-seat stadium, waiting for the biggest football match of the decade, only to look around and realize the seats next to you are completely empty. The 2026 World Cup was engineered to be the most lucrative, monumental sporting celebration in human history, outscaling Qatar, eclipsing Russia, and dwarfing Brazil. Three powerhouse host nations, monolithic NFL arenas, and a projected gold rush of millions of traveling supporters. Yet, behind the glittering marketing campaigns, a quiet panic is rippling through the corridors of FIFA. Ticket prices on the resale market are not just dropping, they are actively collapsing. Hotels in major host cities are quietly slashing their rates, and the expected tidal wave of global fans has suddenly stalled. For the first time in modern football history, ordinary supporters are collectively asking a terrifying question. What happens when the greatest show on earth decides it no longer needs the people who built it? This is the hidden crisis defining the road to 2026, and it represents a massive paradigm shift in how the beautiful game is consumed. Historically, the World Cup was built on a foundation of raw, unadulterated accessibility. It was a pilgrimage. Fans would save money for half a decade, crossing oceans and continents to sleep on the floors of cheap hotels, crowd into overnight trains, and cram into tiny apartments just to breathe the same air as their heroes. The sheer experience mattered infinitely more than luxury. But when FIFA awarded this tournament to the United States, Canada, and Mexico, they weren't just picking hosts. They were choosing a business model. The United States represents the largest, most aggressive sports monetization machine on earth, where premium NFL seats cost thousands of dollars and NBA courtside experiences are marketed like high-fashion luxury goods. FIFA looked at this hyper-capitalist playground and decided it was time to completely revolutionize their balance sheets. To maximize revenue, football's governing body fully embraced a concept long feared by traditional sports fans: dynamic pricing. Suddenly, ticket costs weren't fixed. They fluctuated constantly based on algorithmic demand, causing high-profile matches to skyrocket in price overnight. To make matters worse, FIFA introduced an official resale platform, taking a massive cut from every single secondary transaction. The message was clear: the World Cup was no longer just a tournament. It had become an active stock market. Speculators and ticket bots swooped in early, buying up massive blocks of seats and triggering a wave of artificial panic buying. But then, the algorithm hit a wall. The global football community did something American entertainment executives never anticipated. They simply stopped buying. What FIFA failed to realize is that football fans do not behave like traditional American entertainment consumers. While early press releases boasted of record-breaking ticket requests, the reality on the ground quickly shifted. Major group stage matches remained stubbornly unsold, and panicked resellers began slashing their prices to cut their losses. This triggered a dangerous psychological feedback loop among supporters. Instead of rushing to secure seats, fans realized that waiting paid off. If a ticket is cheaper today than it was last week, why not wait until next week? This waiting game has created an unprecedented standoff, exposing a fundamental miscalculation that could lead to an explosive revelation on the global broadcast stage, one that FIFA is desperately trying to suppress before the opening whistle blows. The real issue extends far beyond the stadium gates. Even with dropping ticket prices, the sheer financial reality of a North American World Cup is staggeringly prohibitive. When you factor in cross-continental flights, inflated hotel rates, internal transit between massive host cities, parking, and daily expenses, the total cost becomes astronomically overwhelming, especially for fans traveling from South America, Africa, or Eastern Europe. Millions of loyal supporters have quietly reached a conclusion that would have been blasphemous 20 years ago. Watching from home just makes more sense. This cultural disconnect highlights a massive flaw in FIFA's strategy. The NFL and the NBA are fundamentally localized leagues. Their fan bases travel occasionally, but they do not represent a global migration. The World Cup, however, relies entirely on the organic, chaotic energy of ordinary people. That electric atmosphere cannot be manufactured by corporate hospitality suites or tech executives sitting in VIP lounges. It is conjured by tens of thousands of Argentinians singing in unison for 90 minutes. Mexican waves taking over entire city blocks, Moroccan supporters turning streets into vibrant festivals, and Brazilians dancing outside stadiums until sunrise.
Cancel the World Cup now. FIFA have banned the FIFA Whalers from every 2026 World Cup stadium. Yes, this is not a prank. FIFA have banned the FIFA Whalers from every 2026 World Cup stadium. So you're telling me when we watch South Africa play, we're going to hit challenge. Bro, the World Cup is about being proud of your nation, your country, your culture, bro. And FIFA, by getting rid of the FIFA Whalers, I'll get rid of that, bro, because this is what South Africa is known for, bro. In the 2010 World Cup, this was a special moment, yeah. Yes, South Africa didn't get out of the group, but we all remember them for making so much noise, being back in their country, and now FIFA have decided, you know what, we're not gonna, bro. What is honestly? This might be the worst World Cup. Now, real talk, it might be the worst World Cup because, real talk, what is this? Generally, what is this? How are you telling me you're going to ban the FIFA Whalers? Bro, oh my days.
38,000 hotel rooms canceled so far for FIFA, the World Cup soccer. There's only 2 host cities that are doing semi-okay. Let's get into it. Do you know that these hotels and the organization spent 10 years on planning the FIFA World Cup here in the USA? 10 years, and it was ruined in less than 14 months. Look at this. Hotels on sale, dropping the price for the FIFA World Cup. This was going to stimulate billions of dollars in the US economy. I just want to let you know that tourism contributes $3 trillion a year in economic activity. $3 trillion. And we are taking a nosedive in tourism. No one is talking about what this is going to do to our economy, to hospitality, to restaurants, to people who survive in the travel industry. Now I want you to add 1930s Germany, and then now I want you to add the doubling of fuel costs. Who is coming here when they can watch this on TV or go to Mexico or Canada? Have you canceled your plans to come to FIFA World Cup? Or have you canceled your plans to come to the USA because of this current administration? Drop your comments below.
Do you or anyone even give a toss about the World Cup? I haven't heard niche about it on the telly. I'm not seeing that much noise about it online. Like, I wonder if we've actually boycotted too close to the sun. And I fucking love that for us. And listen, don't take my word for it. Hotels and apartments within host cities have even said that they are massively underbooked in comparison to what they expected that it would be. It's actually so bad to the extent to where hotels in host cities such as Philadelphia and Seattle are calling the World Cup a literal non-event. A non-event. This is supposed to be one of the biggest events that America has ever hosted within the last 5-10 years. That is actually shameful. Embarrassing if you're a football fan. But again, when you think about everything that's happened over the past year and a half alone, who do you really have to blame? When you literally have banned over 75 different countries from even having visas or entering the United States, you've tariffed the entire world. America has completely destroyed ties with literally every single one of their allies at this point, besides the little blue and white man in the Middle East. Unless you are a diehard football fan, a MAGA-loving imbecile, or just that deluded, sad to say, nobody really cares about the World Cup. There's a reason as to why everybody's refunding their tickets right now.
FIFA tickets are so expensive. FIFA's robbing us. FIFA this, FIFA that, FIFA that. Yeah. FIFA tickets are outrageously expensive, and it's so unfortunate because football is meant to be a super accessible sport. For somebody who has gone to the Euros for pretty much my entire adult life, since I was 18 years old, could afford it, had a job, and I would pay 50 euros for my Euro tickets. Okay, 50 euros. And here we are paying hundreds and some of us thousands of dollars to go to some of these FIFA games. Yes, that is very much a fact. However, Every time I tell somebody I'm going to the World Cup games, like, I'm so excited. I'm a huge diehard France supporter. Like, I will follow them to the ends of the earth. Every time that I tell someone that, their response is, oh, how much did you pay for that? And as much as I understand, because like we should be having that conversation, it's killing my vibe. It is killing my vibe. And like, the one thing that I want out of the World Cup is just to go to the games and feel all the feels, have all the emotions, be so excited, and just watch a sport that I love. And these conversations of like, how much did you pay? Oh, you paid that much. I would never pay that much. Like, I get it. Okay, it's crazy expensive. Now, I have made the decision to go, and yes, it hurts, but I just want to have the best time. The World Cup is like one of my favorite times ever. It only happens every 4 years. It's coming to my home city this time. I live in Toronto. I'm like so ecstatic, and yeah, it's outrageously expensive, but when am I going to be in my 20s again with the World Cup coming to my home city? I'm grinding at work, and I'm, making money, and I want to spend that money to go see a couple World Cup games. Like, I just want to live my life.
Oh my, hotels in host cities might have just played themselves for the World Cup. And I just happened to look up hotels near Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, and the cheapest I could find was $700 a night. Yeah, they underestimated the power of ain't got money to do shit, and overestimated the power of, hey, it's the World Cup, let's go into Hawk and go see it. They just like, we're just going to inch up our prices, but, 1,000,000%, and people will still pay it, right? The problem is now with jacking up their prices now, they also priced out their normal guests that they would normally have at the beginning of summer, the tourist boost that they normally get with school being out. So they just completely faffoed. They just completely played themselves out of the market. They just screwed themselves over. That's why they're calling it a non-event now, because who can afford like $1,000 a night to go see people kick a ball around? Like, seriously.
And Atlanta better make a zillion, gabillion, quadrillion dollars off of this World Cup shit. Because all this investment that they doing 10 years of construction in 2 fucking months, all this sweeping the streets of all the fucking criminals and homeless people. Who the fuck do Atlanta think they is? Batman? The fuck is sweeping away the criminals by night for a beautiful day in the morning? Like, I don't understand. So we need a lot. I feel like the citizens should be benefiting, since we doing all this extra shit, using our taxpayer dollars up to do shit that we've been begging y'all to do for years, and we wait for a grand event. It's like when it's the holiday time and your mama wants you to clean your room up and cleaning up the house because somebody coming over, when you should have just been cleaning this shit up this whole goddamn time. Don't be telling me to clean up no motherfucking place now all of a sudden because we got guests. Atlanta is like a slow ass black.
So I don't know what the fuck anybody was thinking when they said, you know what, let's have the FIFA World Cup in Philly. And now you got all the Europeans coming to Philly now. And they already talking about bullshit from the jump. They talking about doing shit in the city that bitch won't even do in the city. I hate to break it to y'all, but Philly is probably not the best place y'all want to bring them people to. They not going to know what the fuck to do with us. And then you got to think about it. All the traffic that's going to start from this FIFA World Cup thing. And then you got to think about how Philly drivers are. And then you got entitled ass Europeans coming over here like they run shit. Bitch, I don't know what the fuck y'all was thinking. Because bitches, if y'all thought that was gonna be casualties, bitch, y'all gonna see some casualties. Now we really gonna be fighting Europe, bitch.
FIFA just cancelled a lot of hotel room bookings that they made ahead of the World Cup. According to a report by the BBC, up to 70% of the rooms that FIFA block booked in areas such as Boston, Dallas, LA, Philly and Seattle have all been cancelled right before the World Cup. FIFA purchased these hotels to distort prices and create false demand, meaning that these hotel companies could make an absolute boatload of cash. Every single World Cup leaves a legacy of tourism. However, this time, in the United States specifically, it doesn't feel like it's going to have that same impact. Like and follow for more daily football content.